If you're not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also the little bell icon so you can be alerted each and every time we make a new video. Hey everybody, Ira Miller here with Homes Around the Village's YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about flipped homes or flipping homes. So I don't mean you flipping homes, I mean you looking at homes that people are trying to flip. I've run into a couple of situations this week where I've been out showing homes to people, different people, and also I sold a home. It's been a nightmare. So the reason I'm making this video today is because I want to caution you, my viewers, from buying a flipped home. All right, so why am I doing that? Well, there's a terminology in the industry called lipstick on a pig, and that's basically what flipped homes are. We don't know what condition this home originally was, and we don't know what this investor has or has not done to this home. So what we do know is what we see on the surface. So when you walk into a flipped home, it's going to be completely painted. It's going to have granite countertops. It's going to have brand new stainless steel appliances. It's going to have all your LVP luxury vinyl planking. That's the latest and the greatest waterproof flooring that you can buy today. As soon as you walk in, it's going to look beautiful. It's going to look brand new. You're really going to love what you see. However, we don't know really what's going on back behind those walls and up in that attic, right? So there's been situations lately where I sold a home and I cautioned my buyer. I told my buyer, I said, I don't think this is the home for you. This home had a pool, had a new kitchen, had all hard surface flooring. She goes, no, this is perfect. This is what I've been looking for. I've got grandkids. I want them to come visit me. I want them to use the pool. I said, well, what about that workshop, that detached workshop that you want? What about having a 4-bedroom home because you're having your brother move in with you and his son is supposed to move in with you? No, I love this home. So she fell in love with the home, and I said, okay. We closed on the home. We did all the home inspections. We had a home inspector come in and inspect the home. Obviously a home inspector, I'll say most home inspectors cannot see behind the walls. Now, we're using a home inspector now that has what's called thermal imaging. And the reason we're using this home inspector who has thermal imaging is really because of this person who bought this flipped home. And the plumbing was totally messed up. So we had a septic tank inspection done. So obviously this home is not in one of the normal communities, the AAC, active adult communities, or 55 plus communities that I usually sell in. It was out kind of in the country in Floral City. And I've been working with her for years, literally years, to find a home. So finally she was ready to go, and went and looked at a whole bunch of homes. We finally settled on this home, and I really, like I said, I cautioned her about this home. Did the septic tank inspection, did the home inspection, did the WDO, which is wood destroying organisms, used to be called termite inspections, and we closed on the home. As soon as we closed on the home, we realized that the toilets weren't flushing, and there was water backing up into the tub that was in this home. So we had to call out a plumber, and the plumber realized there were roots that were growing into the pipes that were going from the house to the septic tank. Now, we had a septic tank inspection, right? They inspected the septic tank, and they cleaned out the septic, they drained the septic tank, they put water into the septic tank to backfill into the drain field. And so basically when you do a septic tank inspection, you do it to test the drain field, because that's the most expensive thing. That's $4,000 to $6,000 if you need a new drain field. So what they do is when they test the septic tanks, they will make sure that there's no water backing out of the drain field into the septic tank. But what this guy failed to do was look and see from the septic tank back into the house. That's where the problem was, and that's where the septic tank inspection guy failed when he did the septic tank inspection, and the roots grew into the 4-inch pipe that goes from the house. So a plumber had to come in there. He had to send a router, to try to route out the roots from inside that 4-inch pipe. It was a mess. It was a nightmare. And finally, they just had to completely replace the whole pipe. Then next, we discovered that the shower worked when you pulled it out, right? But it didn't work when you put on the hot. So there's a little cartridge that goes into your lever in a shower area, and all you have to do, and now these are brand new fixtures, okay, mind you. But again, you don't know what's back there behind the walls. And so that's what happened. They went ahead. It was some Chinese off the wall brand Chinese. Where they got this plumbing fixture from for the shower, I don't know, whether it was from Amazon or where it was, but it was some Chinese-made plumbing fixture that none of these plumbers have ever seen before. It wasn't a Moen, it wasn't a Delta, it wasn't, these name brands that American Standard, it wasn't these name brands that you normally see. It was some Chinese fixture. Well, guess what? The cartridge that goes in there was bad. So when you turn the hot and cold, the hot wasn't coming out. And so they had to order a new cartridge from China, which took forever. Well, also the plumbing started leaking behind the wall. It was just a nightmare. And that's why I'm making this video, because buying a flipped home is always dangerous. Like I said, it's lipstick on a pig. You never know what's behind the walls. I'm going to tell you, I just went into another one yesterday when I was out on my sick leave. My partner, Kaylin, sold these folks this home in Spruce Creek South. And it was a flipped home. And so we go in there and I meet the guy for the first time. I've never met him. He wanted to meet me because, he found me through this YouTube channel. And so I went in and introduced myself. And so Kaylin was with me and she goes, "Oh, how's it going?" We brought him a little gift. And he goes, "Well, we've got problems." Well, what's the problem? Well, now, folks, most flippers are going to want you to write an offer on an as-is contract. So if y'all don't know what an as-is contract is, I highly suggest you go see my video about as-is contracts. You need to do that. And we'll probably put a link up here so you can do that, okay? But you need to know what an as-is contract is. So it's basically the flipper is telling you he wants to sell this home as is, but you're going, well, everything's brand new, so why not? I'll go ahead. I don't have a problem buying this home as is. So, so that's why, again, I'm making this video. Don't get caught up in the fact that everything seems to be brand new, because, again, you could run into problems. So this guy, the door didn't shut, the front door. It was whoever installed the door, must have been a new door that was installed, but it was too low. I had to take the little strike plate that they call it, and I went out there, got my screw gun, and lowered that strike plate so it would fit. But it wasn't perfect, the way I like things to be perfect, but it worked. And then he was he was complaining about water puddling in the bath and shower combination. So whenever they were finished taking a bath, there was a little bit of water that would puddle around the drain that wouldn't completely drain into the tub drain. Well, on further observation, I looked at it, and so you have a little drain, a decorative drain plug that is in the hole there, and this had a little lip that was up this much inside the tub on between the top of the tub. It was raised up, and that's what was causing the water to puddle. There's absolutely nothing you can do about that unless you completely take that drain plug out and put a new one in. But the whole set was a brand new set. So the tub controls were brand new, the shower controls are brand new, and they put this matching plug that didn't fit properly into the tub. And you would normally never notice that. Even a home inspector probably would never notice that it has a little lip up on top of the surface of the tub, of the bottom of the tub. So that's what I'm saying, guys. A lot of times, these flipped homes are more problems than what it's worth. So whenever I go to look at homes, and if you tell me you're interested in a home, I like to go back and I like to look at, when was this home sold last? Normally these flipped homes were probably sold about 3 to 6 months prior. And again, an investor came in and just put the lipstick on that pig and then just, let it go, and away you go. So anyways, buyer beware with these flipped homes. We need to really be cautious. We need to get that home inspector in there with his thermal imaging gun that looks behind the walls, can see abnormalities behind the walls. It's really cool, but we need to be very, very careful, pay particular attention. Now, the one good thing about an as-is contract is once we spend the money, which is about $500 to $600 for a home inspection, if we find any problems, we can back out of the contract. You can get your money back and go our separate ways. But we have to be very, very diligent in what was going on here. So as much as we try to look out for you and make sure that nothing happens, it's hard to see behind the walls of what are going on. It's hard to see in the ground what's going on. And so we just have to be overly cautious and learn from these situations. So being in the business over 22 years, I'm still learning stuff like the stuff that we had when we sent. Now, that septic tank inspection, I will tell you, was not ordered by me. It was ordered by the buyer. It was a friend of theirs. So there you go. But I still, even after all that, I came out of my pocket with a bunch of money because I felt bad about what happened to this buyer. And even after that, even the seller who was flipping the house kind of stepped up to the plate. I have to give them credit that this seller stepped up to the plate. And even the septic tank company a lot of people had to step up to the plate to make this thing right, but it wasn't a good first experience for this buyer in their brand new home. So that's why I felt I needed to make this video about homes that are investment homes, that are what we call flipped homes, and be very careful about those. So when we're going out and looking at homes, you're going to hear me say the same thing as we go through. Looks beautiful, but we're really going to have to check a lot of stuff. This is what I look for in flipped homes. If I start seeing shortcuts, then red flags really go off. I'll look at the baseboards on homes, because a lot of times those are always replaced too. But if I see if they're not mitered just right, if I see they're not painted correctly, I look for little abnormalities, for shortcuts when I see homes. So when I see these flipped homes. And that's what I'm going to be looking for as we go through, if we run into any of these flipped homes. So there you go. Wanted to kind of just put this video out there. These flipped homes aren't all they are chalked up to be in many cases. Now, are there other cases when everything is perfect, everything is great? Yes. But the last couple that I've sold have had big problems. So wanted to make this video for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Look forward to meeting you someday. Would really love to help you buy a home if you're in the market to buy a home. And just as a reminder, if you are in the market to buy a home, call us ahead of time. Let us set you up in our MLS, on our auto email system through our MLS. You'll get a whole list of homes that meet your criteria, wherever it might be, in the villages, outside around the villages. We'll send you a list of homes that meet your criteria. And then the beauty of our auto email system is, as soon as a listing hits the market, you'll get an instantaneous email. And you'll know about it probably before I even know about it, because I'm not sitting there monitoring my emails all the time. But Blakely is. But that's just what I'm saying. If we can help you, let us set you up on an auto email, and then you'll be receiving homes. And then when you're coming down, you'll have a whole list of homes that you want to see, and you're ready to go. And then, well, it's off to the races for us. Okay? So thanks so much again for watching. And by the way, if you're not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. Also, if you need our contact information, our phone number is 352-204-9026. And you could also reach us by email, which is homesaroundthevillages@gmail.com. Make sure there's an S on the end of that, homes around the villages, but it's right there, right behind me, homesaroundthevillages@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you. Oh, you can text and call on that 204-9026, area code 352. Thanks again for watching this video. We'll see you in our next video.